It's Auburn Crown. It's a 0.4 and it's turn 37. Let's see how things went in the replay. Right, so we have this large attack finally getting underway against Castile, and the fortress of Ter Margeb is the first target. Of course, the cannons have been brought in. They've lowered the walls to a large extent. Now he's able to take that fortress, and of course he runs up against a line of my own knights and elite units who will of course counter-attack. Meanwhile, we have a number of air units continuing to pound resources. And sadly, I have to confess that since I'm narrating this after the event, I know that I leave out a significant part of my attack in Castile. So you can see the consequences of it, but you can't see the actual event itself. Alright, so here we go. A counterattack from Guatenheim. And it looks as though he has reinforced Guaten Peak with the Death Cult elites, which makes perfect sense because they are the hardest ones to dislodge from that volcano with all of its porous caves that can be used to attack any attacking enemy, as well as the noxious fumes that come out. Everyone else who lives in that area has become used to it, but anyone who attacks Guaten Peak will, in all likelihood, be affected by the noxious fumes. In the ancient lands, another unit looks like it's about to bite the dust. Perhaps it's the leaves of some palm tree. Now I got magic last turn, but I've got nothing to use it with, so I don't think that was a particularly good use of my gold pieces, and you know, at least I can say I've got it. But I think at the time I said that it might be useful for teleporting out of the city once it comes under attack. Now I've decided that with the special unit that Malkan gets, not to put it in the north, because I really do anticipate an attack somewhere in the south, so I've put them there. They're not going to be able to hold everything back themselves, but I need to really start building up some sort of force down there, because if there is an actual attack, an invasion, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Now what I've said to Beriand about that comment with the stats chart is I didn't realize what he was saying at the time, but I do now. Now I'm sorry, but that attack that you can see the end of has taken place, and it's been reasonably successful. It's taken out probably 2-3 of his elites, but as you can see, he's got quite a bit of stuff left to attack me with as well. So yeah, it was effective, but not as effective as what I would have liked it to have been. And it did take back the fortress of Ter Margeb, and that will be coming under attack. But as you can see, I've got 2 elites there that are well and truly, or 3 actually, that are well and truly mauled. 4, there's another one back just south of Castile Castle. So yeah, it's anyone's game at this stage. I've got 2 cannons pointed at me. It's not looking good, but at least next time, I promise, I will record and remember to record the whole lot and put that in. Yeah, the ancients are not going to be able to use magic because they just can't afford to purchase a special unit. But hopefully it will help their existing veterans to make a difference. So my attack here is to try to take out that elite unit that's there. And for a change, I'm going to think about what I'm doing and actually attach and detach units to the best leader. I tend to get a little bit excited when I see an attack and just go for it and forget to do all this sort of stuff. And that's one of the things that happened in the attack, the counterattack at Castile. I just went for it, and I don't know what the AI had what's the word, attached to the different units to, and it might have been better if I had have actually thought about it first. So I'm doing that here, and my goal, my single goal, is to take out that 6 strength elite unit in the jungle. So here we go. Whoa, nice attack, nice start. So yeah, that was easier than expected, but of course it's going to hurt when he hits back. So I just need to put myself in the best defensive position to accept that counterattack when it comes next turn. Okay, looking at the map before the end of the turn, and we can see that the main battle, of course, is taking place up around Castile, and that will be a slogging match for a few turns yet until one side or another blinks. So I'm having a look at the statistics that were drawn to my attention by Beriand, and just having a look at the different graphs and charts and so forth that are available to me. Now I haven't learned how to use these as effectively as what I should and what they tell me. So I'm just having a look now. I can see that my opponent has been putting gold pieces into a number of different things to do with research and diplomacy, and a lot, in fact. So 400 over in 3 different turns was spent by the Golden Carnate. So that's a lot. Gold pieces. His income is much higher than mine, especially Potentia and Andania. Both of them have a lot of resources available to them. The best one that I've got is Ang Ford, and they're the ones that are under attack at the moment. So my gold piece to losses ratio might increase quite a bit, or lower actually, quite a bit. All right, so this is more for your benefit than for mine, because you might know how to read these charts better than I do, and it always interests me that this kind of information is available to look at for my opponent's forces. They don't necessarily tell me exactly what's going on, but they give me a pretty fair idea if I knew how to read them properly. Some people seem to be able to work out exactly what sort of research and purchases have been made. I'm yet to work that one out. So let's have a look at the losses now, and you can see that the losses are quite high for me, especially when you look at this chart here. The first 5 countries are mine, and their losses are much more than the 5 adversary countries. So yeah, I'm not looking so great, and of course the ancients are the ones that have suffered the most, and they will fall in the not too distant future. Anyway, hopefully you have been pressing spacebar as you go through and looking at the things that you need to before we get to the end of the turn, which is coming up. Okay, so with the turn ending, we have noxious fumes affecting my forces close to Guatan Peak. Big Wolf has gone to the Allies a bit, that's good. Baru has as well, that is also good. Trade routes intercepted. And the balance sheet. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Cheers.